Welcome to a small market update in which we're going to discuss Bitcoin and Ethereum. Later today we're going to focus ourselves on Cardano, but in this small update we'll be discussing Bitcoin and Ether as we might be realizing ourselves that we are into a lengthening cycle as the Bitcoin is still consolidating and not accelerating at this stage, while an acceleration was expected. But before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this YouTube update, it's free. Also do not forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram where you can find daily content on the markets. If you hear anything about my voice, I've been into Dortmund yesterday for a football match, so apologies if it sounds a little bit odd, but it's been quite unhappy, but funny day. And we've won, so that is absolutely amazing. So when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin, we can see that we're still stuck, right? So we're still stuck above the crucial level of 59k to 56k. We didn't really break above that level. We didn't really jump heavily off that level, but I find it's still very important to keep the support at those ranges, as if we drop beneath 56 to 59, we've got another failure of a breakout to the upside. And then I think we can get ourselves into very heavy corrective moves. So this entire block that we have here around 56 to 58k, that is preferably where I want to see the market sustain above, as when we're losing that level, we might be switching ourselves into a heavy downtrend. And then I might be looking at 48 and potentially even 44k next. Looking at the lower time frame for Bitcoin at this point, we can start discussing some levels that are important to watch. We still have this range bound construction, right? So we've established ourselves the level that we had to break through, which is this entire red zone around 64k. And the price action couldn't really break through that zone as we are still stuck in this sideways. Actually, we've got some interesting wicks yesterday too, but right now we're just chopping around, and the actual movement is going to happen when Bitcoin clearly breaks any of the two levels. So right now we see this level here around 61.2k. That is probably where we're going to find ourselves support. Then have another bounce towards the upper side of the range, if that is going to take place, or if we're going to find support at 61.2 to 61.5. Then the question will become, are we going to make a lower high or cracking this resistance zone? If we are going to make a lower high at this area, the chances that we're going to retest this low are significant. Losing 61.2, and I assume we're just going to fall back towards 57k at this stage, given the fact that 60k has been absorbed many times already. So we've already been seeing those dips into 60k being bought up quite fast, through which I'm assuming that we're going to have a further corrective move when we lose 61.2, and that we're going to fall back to take the lows beneath 57.8. Before we're going to continue moving in this market environment at this stage. So we're just chopping around. The downside is quite clear. If 61.2 is lost, then 60k is next. If we sustain support at 61.2 at this stage, we are most likely going to continue moving, in which we're testing the range high. Breaking 64k is going to result in a pretty bullish expansion, as there's not many levels in between. 64k is the clear range high resistance, and then we still have the all-time high, and that's about it. So I assume that if we get into that range once again, we're going to get a clear break here towards a new all-time high. Ethereum is showing more strength, but given this entire expansion, which is from 2.6 to 4.6k, and the price construction that we have been acting in previously, you should be understanding yourself that we could be facing ourselves a corrective move relatively soon. Yes, Ethereum can still continue running towards 5k, or have a little more expansion towards the Fibonacci extension 2 of this impulse wave, which is 4.9k. That is still doable. However, after that, it seems very likely that we're going to have a correction before we're starting ourselves into the final cycle of the markets, which is this entire expansion that we've also witnessed in the previous bull cycle. So, would you be chasing Ethereum at this stage? No, I think you're still waiting for such a retest to happen. And the beautiful thing is that on the left, you can actually see examples of that price action in which you're going to wait until such a retest happens and when people are going to expect the market to fall down even more. So at this point, I would not be chasing the trade at all. I would be looking at potential opportunities to scale in on a lower time frame and just wait it out for a little, or check out whether other altcoins are looking interesting. So Ethereum might be looking at 4.9k next, then a corrective move before we're going to continue. I hope you have enjoyed this small update. I'll be back later today with a fresh new one. Don't forget to subscribe and like this YouTube update. Have a good day.